What's going on, Georgia Tech family, man? Appreciate you guys tapping in with me for another video. Today, I'm putting you guys on game of a true freshman cornerback that did not play in the spring, but he is back, and he will make a major difference at fall camp come August. All right, what's going on, Yellow Jack Nation, man? Appreciate you guys tapping in with me, man. Back with another video, and today I'm putting you guys on game. But before I do that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hype up the video, send and tell a friend, man, and make sure you guys hit that bell notification so you're always notified when I post. Okay. All right, guys, join to be a member. Say any exclusive intel I will drop obviously on there. We appreciate all three of our members that are subscribed to the channel. Appreciate all your love and support. It allows me to continue to do this content for you guys and continue to pump out and push these things out for you. All right. So the name today, I want to put you guys on game. I'm not going to reveal it just yet. I'm going to let Coach Key reveal it. But there is a young cornerback that could have a big impact this upcoming season, man. And I'm going to put you guys on game of who that could be, right? Despite them having Jonas DeClona, right? And Daquan White and Jalen Mbakwe, right? And Zachary Toby and Elgin Sessions, you know what I'm saying? And all these guys. There's one name in here that could make a big-time impact. So we're going to roll the clip of what Coach Key said verbatim at ACC Media Days. And this guy's going to be obviously a name to watch.
Those guys, I mean, they're all going to help us. And then, you know, a guy that was out in the spring who's going to get is Trae Stevenson. Might have a chance to help us this year. Big, long corner. I mean, he's looked good out there, just kind of moving around. But, you know, we'll see. 5 weeks from now, once we get a few weeks in the pads and whatnot.
Boom. So there it is. There you heard it from Coach Key himself, and then the next question is from Kelly, and he's just talking about, you know, rotating in different corners, different things like that. But I thought that was significant because in that one-on-one breakout session that only local media had access to, he went out of his way to mention Trae Stevenson, right? He also mentioned Brent Outlaw, which I did an article on, a video on, that kind of stuff. But why does that matter? Why is that important? Because Trae Stevenson is a true freshman cornerback, right? And when we look at this group, it's very veteran-laden, right? Daquan White's a senior, right? Zachary Toby, I think, is about to be a senior. Jalen Mbakwe is a junior. Jonas DeClona has also played a lot. Sessions is young. Dalen Penton made the whole change from wide receiver to from cornerback to wide receiver. So now you have a situation where you got Jaden Terry and Trae Stevenson will come in. And remember, both was their highest rated guys in the 2026 class. So most people are kind of skipping over that 2026 class because when we look at Georgia Tech, we think, okay, it was number 38 ranked. Why would we care? But both of those guys are the highest rated. So for Stevenson, he's an all-around virtual athlete. Right, we go back and look at his tape at Brooks County. He was doing everything. He was playing quarterback. He was playing cornerback. He was playing safe. Like whatever they needed, he was playing. Right, and to have that type of an athlete on the outside, right, stands out to me because now you Jason Seymour, you want to create more turnovers, right? And the big thing with Georgia Tech is you're going to have guys that can help create turnovers, right? It ain't going to be Daquan White, Zach Toby, and Mbakwe the entire game. Like somebody's going to need a spell at some point. And people look at me crazy like, oh, well, that's a starter. You only play one side, only play certain, but you need to keep it fresh. And what if one of these young guys step up, right? That's going to leave the void for, or that's going to fill the void for that cornerback role, which they've struggled with, right? Because remember, their best cover corner was Amari Harvey, right? And last year they had struggles defending, right? You look at Reed Harris of Boston College, he went off, right? And you look at some of these receivers, Cooper Barcade, they won the game, but I think he went off for like 7 catches for 164 yards. So if you're Georgia Tech, you have to, in a sense, get better there. You got to have depth there. You got to have guys that can come in and play. And Coach Key's already come out on record and said, I need more of my young freshmen to play, right? If they're ready and they're able, they're going to play, right? And when you have a good team and you're building from 7-6 to 9-4, to take that next step forward, people don't talk about it, but you need your freshman guys to step up. You need them to make an impact. You need them to make a big difference, right? So for Coach Key, that's where his attention has to go, right? I need my young thoroughbreds to come in there. It's not to replace the veterans, but if you have a veteran that's struggling or he's lost confidence, You need to have a freshman that can go in there and insert. All the great programs have it. Alabama, Dijon Lee was a true freshman play. DJ Pickett of LSU last year played and is now the comfortable starter for, obviously, LSU. Right? And I'm just give you a couple cornerbacks to watch that play early as freshmen. Look at Auburn with Eric Winters. He's going to have a big role. He was a freshman last year. Tay Harris should have a big year his sophomore year after playing during his time as a freshman for Georgia Tech. You need your young guys to step up. Right? That's it. Any of the great teams, you go look at Miami. They had one on both sides of the ball. Malachi Tony, who's now revered as one of the best receivers in the sport, and then Bryce Fitzgerald, who's considered a ball hawk defensive playmaker. You need your young guys to step up. And for Trae Stevenson, he has a big time role. Like I said, he was highly rated, right? 90 overall prospect coming out, 6'1", 180, 185, right? You know what I'm saying? Number 30 ranked safety, number 32 ranked player in the state of Georgia, right? This is big because he's like, and the difference with Georgia Tech is they're getting athletes now playing these positions. Jalen Mbakwe is a former 5-star athlete, similar to Trae Stevenson, right? Was playing quarterback, was playing different positions, taking handoffs and running the ball, making big time impact plays on the defensive side of the ball, right? So that's major. And I'm expecting Stevenson to have a role this year. I ain't saying he's going to start, but I think he could definitely be in that rotation. I definitely think he could play some special teams this year. And if he balls when his opportunity comes, you got your quarterback of the future, right? Because if Mbakwe stays, let's say he stays after junior season, he'll be a senior. But if he has that type of year we think cornerback one's going to have, you got to replace that. You got to replace Daquan White and potentially Zach Toby. So what better way than to build around the future if this guy comes in as a role as a freshman and steps up and plays, right? So it's gonna be interesting, right? Coach Key even said too, and he threw in the important piece of it all and said, "We'll see 5 weeks from now, but I like what I'm seeing." Tells me all I need to know. Now he's not the quarterbacks coach; it's Kobe Jones, but if the head coach is saying that, it says a lot, and he wants to play as young freshman, man. So this to me is a freshman to watch that's not being talked about. We talked about the Christian Speakmans of the world, the Keelan Jones of the world, right? And we've mentioned those guys, but we haven't mentioned this guy here that didn't really play in the spring. So I can't wait to see. I'm excited. Fall camp is going to tell us a lot because it's no more, okay, yeah, these high school kids weren't here or they're injured. Like now it's the nitty gritty. If you're going to play this year, this is the time. Because remember, fall camp will tell you was who's going to redshirt, right? There's no more, like obviously with the law, but like there's no more redshirt. It's 5 for 5. But it's going to tell you who's going to play this year and who's going to be on scout team. So that's still important, right? Are you going to see the field or you're not going to see the field in 2026? I think it's the kid that's going to see the field in 2026. So putting y'all up on game early, I think Trae Stevenson is going to be one of those key factors this year that you got a game plan for and you got to watch out for this year. And Tech needs it. They're going to need something else, right? Brilliant Outlaws, another one I didn't mention as a linebacker that will be key this year, right? For this defense to take a step forward, young guys got to play. Young guys got to go off. Young guys got to perform at a very high level. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. So it's going to be very interesting this year to see what happens. But I think Trae Stevenson is going to be a factor for Georgia Tech, and I think he plays some big time minutes on the flats this year, man. And I think he becomes one of those quarterbacks we're talking about. Where did he come from? Who is this? But for those that know and follow the program, you know, it's the guy that coaching staff has liked, right? And it fills the void of the depth issue for Georgia Tech, right? Because now they finally got some talent. Got 6'1", long, athletic, and a guy that's just going to make plays. And it's not a guy that's looking to get the interception and go down. He's looking to house it. He's looking to go take it to the crib, right? So that's important, man. So for my Georgia Tech fan base and audience, putting y'all up on game early of a player I think could have a big role. And it's going to be interesting to see what he does in fall camp. But this is going to be a true freshman to watch, man. You know what I'm saying? And that can make a major difference on the flats. But that's all I got for today's show, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and you hype up the video, man, and share with a friend. And I'll be back with more Georgia Tech coverage in the next video. And remember, as always, peace and love.